When I was growing up, I had visions of fantastical giant robots that would fight for good, and amazing vehicles that had a configuration for every situation. Cool engineers and inventor types that were knowledgeable enough to get out of any predicament. Or strong warrior characters with indestructible weapons that fought to protect that which was good. The influence of these shows told me of what I was to become, an engineer. I've spent countless hours of contemplating on how I can make that which I've seen into reality. Now I have the power to do it. I've designed and created many things, and I've been doing it for over 25 years. And now it's time for me to share my process with you. I draw inspiration from concept art, shapes, ideas, media, nature, whatever. I'm going to show you how to take a vision and step by step make it into a reality. I'll share with you the tricks that I've used to help me create things for over 25 years. Now, join me as I endeavor to create a whole new plethora of projects. From the simple, the niche, to the overly complex. This is Designed by Purpose. All right. Hello, hey, good Tuesday afternoon to you. Thank you for tuning in to Designed by Purpose. I'm your host, Damon Padgett. Or if you're watching on Twitch, Robotronics09. This is Design and Chill. All right, so yeah, we're gonna continue on with my project. I'm kind of anxious to get going and stream today, and maybe stream every day or whatever, because I see that when I stream, I'm working. And I'm working on the project, and that means it's getting closer to completion. That means it's closer for me to be able to use it. So I'm really excited about it. I've been wanting to build my own radio for a while. And so now I have the power to do it, just like the video said, right? So yeah, so that's what we got going on. So recap of yesterday, I was working on the bumper. I streamed. Of course, the stream had problems because for some reason my computer's upload bandwidth was really shaky yesterday. So anyways, I restarted, did some refreshing and stuff. So it seems to be working good today. So we shouldn't have that that jittery video. So, okay, but I was working on the build plates. I combined the two build plates into one part. And so that's what you see here on the front of the bumper plates. That's what you see here on the front of the Hero TX. So I'm really happy about that. I still have to go back and clean up some things, but I'll do that at another time. Mainly, I just want to press on. So also yesterday I was working off camera. I actually started building and getting a on and off switch. So I already had a place for the on off switch to be. I have a mock representation of the actual switch. So I have I'm not going to grab it. It's somewhere in the little project box, but I have a switch that I'm using. Just a single pole, single throw switch, I believe. Let me go. Yeah. And so yeah, it's got standoffs on it already, and all I have to do is 3D print a little switch cap. I've got the dimensions mostly correct. I need to get a little closer for the switch stem. So I need to take care of that, but I won't do that right now. But you can see that the faceplate, the gray faceplate, is what holds the switch cap in. So it's got this flange on it. You got the switch, the little part where your finger's going to touch. Then you got a flange just floating right underneath the surface of the faceplate. And so it should be able to, I had to make sure that the slot or the opening or the void was big enough that the switch can slide back and forth. So that's cool. I think, that gives another reason for using the faceplate in the first place. You know, I could just have the switch underneath. I could have done it underneath the original piece, the main portion, but the faceplate gives me some other options. So, I mean, you can design it either way. That's just the way I chose to do it. But I think it's coming together pretty cool. So, all right, let me put that. Oops, I forgot something. I'm getting used to it. I forgot to turn on my timer. Let's see here. Start it. All right. Back to the grind. So yeah, today's episode is playfully named. Oh no, I'm pushing the wrong buttons. Playfully named The Grind. Make sure I push the right buttons. Here we go. So yeah, this is the grind. So doing it every day, trying to get this thing done. I have other projects to get to, but this one's the current one. So, okay, we got the switch. Of course, we're not going to work on these buttons. What I think I want to do today, I also finished up adding a duplicate bumper button, right? I added that to the left side, so that's good. The clearing for it is good. I do want to open it, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make progress. Let's see something else we can make progress on. Now, just so you know, let me open this up. This is battery operated. I actually do have the battery. This is or is that I have a battery, a LiPo battery that I was planning on using, but actually I was going to buy a new one, and this box right here represents the dimensions of the new battery. So yeah, so I think it is from Hobby King. So this represents the dimensions of the new battery, and I want to make a battery tray for it. So what I want to do, like my old Futaba, it has a hatch on the back, a snap hatch right here on the back. And that is how you open it up. Matter of fact, I can just go to the Futaba real quick. So you can see on the Futaba it has that hatch that comes open, and you have the plate. I don't want to do that same thing. Not knocking it. I just don't want to do that. And what I was thinking about doing more was having like one of those trays, like a battery tray that slides out from the side is what I was thinking. And partially the reason why is that because this is all run by our Arduino Mega. So you can see this is the Arduino Mega model, courtesy of GrabCAD. I believe that's where I got it. So I'd like to do some kind of tray, but now I have to think, well, if I'm going to do the tray, is the tray going to actually be attached, or does it slide into the back side, or does it slide into the front side? Because here's the thing. When you're working on this radio and troubleshooting it, and you take it apart, right? And you unscrew it from the back and remove the black back cover, right? You remove this side. I don't want there to be I want everything to be on this side, right? I want all the electronics to be on the front plate, so that if I'm working on it, I can just work on it that way. I don't want to have to unhook something from the back plate. I mean, it's not necessary, right? If I don't have to do that, I would think I shouldn't do that. So what I might want to do, let me see. What I may want to do is actually try to take this battery and make whatever holder for it attached to this top side. Let me see how it interferes with the Mega. So it doesn't really interfere with the Mega. There should be enough room in there that it can slide by the Mega, or sit comfortably next to the Mega. Man. So yeah, process of design. I'm designing as I go, actually. So, it's a good question. So trays, I don't have the web set up where I can search tray design, but I need to think about a tray design. How do I want to do it? And also, how do I want to incorporate it to the top piece? Let's open this up. I think, yeah, okay. It opened. So remember, this is going to print vertically like this. Or like this. If you're looking at it from the front, it'll print vertically like this. Okay? I'm looking at it from the side. So the thing when you're printing vertically, you want to avoid 3D printing vertically. You want to avoid things that I need supports for. I haven't really mastered anything yet. I know they have the tree supports, and I haven't mastered using that yet. But I know if you can print at like a 45-degree angle or greater, then you won't need supports for it. So I've been trying to utilize that fact to help me get my print going and get the best finish for it. Unfortunately, these pieces right here, I had hoped that they wouldn't need this one may not, but this one turned out that it did need supports, and I didn't like it. I didn't like that, and I couldn't figure out if there's an option to turn it off in Cura, where you could actually not have the supports here. But for some reason, it chose supports there as well. It also chose the support for this part of the circle way up here. So there's this long piece of plastic that was trying to print all the way just to touch this little spot. I really wanted to see if I could make it not do that, but couldn't figure it out. So back to what I was talking about. So the battery tray. So what I'm thinking is maybe a whole separate piece that I could glue in here, or something. I have to match this angle though. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I just have to match that angle and glue it in here, and then I'll take it and cut this door. Matter of fact, right now I'm just going to cut this door out, cut a slot out, just so we can kind of start thinking about this stuff. All right, so I'm just going to take I'm normal to my face, my surface. Oh, come on. What in the world? And I'm going to grab this rectangle. Let's just come and let's just take a portion out of here. Let me undo that for a second. I'm gonna just give me a center line right here at the midpoint of this edge. Now I'm going to take my excuse me, rectangle. Put it there. Come on. Select this midpoint. Just snap it to the center line. That's cool. I know there's a symmetrical command. You wouldn't really need it on this little thing, but I think I had to use it for something else. It was a command that I hadn't used before. What in the world? Why didn't that grow? Oh, I just saw that some things are moving a little bit slow on my computer. Okay. All right, let's make it an inch tall. What is going on? Come on, Solidworks. What's happening? I think I got too much stuff open today. Let's get this. I wonder if my... all right. Oops, I messed up. I got out of the sketch instead of going to extrude cut. I keep trying to tell myself not to do that. Instead of just exiting the sketch, just go to extrude cut. All right, so we're going to do this. We're just going to go to go to next, I think. Yep, just do that. Let's just cut this out. Let's check out the... the assembly model again. How's everybody doing today? Hey, if you stop by the stream, make sure you man, my throat. I can't clear my throat. Make sure that you leave a comment. Let me know you came by. Let me know how it was going, if the stream was good. If the stream was good. Yeah. All right, so I see this door is not quite big enough. Now, I could flip this and go vertically, and I may do that. I may need to do that. So that I don't have to go, so that I can stay within the width of this this face, because there's this, you can say chamfer here, and then it starts a radius or curve right there. So if I want the battery just to specifically be in this face right here, then I may need to turn it. So let's try turning it. Make sure everything's working good. All right, let me see if I did some constraints. Should just be floating in there, but I may have done some mates. It doesn't look like it. Battery. No, it looks like it's just floating around, hanging around in there. Let's see if we can rotate it. Yeah. All right, let's get it kind of close. All right. Ooh, it's got quite a bit of length on it, so it does pass into the bottom half. So if I was going to do it, if I was going to do it this way, do I have any more water? Could you, sir, waiter, could you give me some more water, please? I don't know. Do I want to do it that way? Do I want to make it where, again, I want it to be a part of the top half. Now I could make it deeper in there. Let's go. All right, oh man, I mean do that. Back. I can't make it really deep enough. It looks like, oh, hold on. No, I can't force it. I can't really force it to be that deep. It's still gonna, now I'm just debating. Sorry, this is hey, but this is part of the design. This is what I'm sure there's many designers that go through this sort of thing when they're creating something from scratch. I'm trying to think about it with the end in mind. I'm gonna make it flat again, and then I'm gonna see if I can widen this up. All right, let me rotate. Come on. All right. Okay, so for while I'm doing this, so for those of you out there who are who do use CAD, SolidWorks, the latest version of SolidWorks, or Inventor, or Fusion 360, other software, what softwares are you using? That's what I wanted to ask. What softwares are you using and what industry? So let me know. Let me know in the comments what software you're using, what industry. And if you have a favorite software, what favorite is it? Talking about that CAD, computer aided design. Okay. Come on, part open. Uh-oh. Having some slowies today. Not sure what's going on. But as long as the stream stays up, that's good. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I am going to widen this. Let's see here. Okay, let's make this 1 1/4. Let's make it 1 5/16. Okay, that's kind of looking good. Let's make this. Let's bring it up a little bit. Let's make this 1 1/8. Yeah. All right. We gave ourselves some more room. Is that good? Is that good? Let me see. Is that good? I may fillet these corners, round them out. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go back to the assembly. All right. Okay. Okay, so that is wide enough. That should be wide enough. Now the question is, now I mentioned tray earlier. So if I put it on a tray, like the battery is actually a part of like a tray, like I have an example. I have a good example that I want to show. Bear with me for a quick moment. Okay, so here's an example. Now this, well, let's just look at it. I'm going to switch views here. Hey, you can see me all big and stuff. All right, so check out this this microphone receiver, wireless receiver. Check out the it's out of focus. But right here is a little tray that comes out, and I'm gonna pull the tray out. It has a little clasp. You pull it, you squeeze it, and then it just comes right out. So, but this is for AA batteries, and then it has the it actually has holes. Let me see if there's a better view. It has it's got holes so that the contacts of the battery can touch the internals in on the inside of the receiver. So, but the LiPo is not going to be that way. The LiPo is going to have a connector. I forgot the name of the plug, but those yellow connectors or something. It's going to have a connector on it, right? So I need to think. So, and I mean, really, I was gonna say, really, you wouldn't be taking it out that much anyway. I mean, why would you be taking it? Well, you wouldn't be taking it out hot. I mean, it's not hot swappable. I mean, ideally, I always like to imagine having a hot swappable batteries in whatever, if I'm using the radio or whatever, especially the pistol grips, right? Wouldn't that be cool, the hot swappable? But I mean, typically you're not running it so long that your battery's dead. So is that even really a good design consideration? But main thing is I want to get a battery in here, right? And I'd like to be able to access it without having to go through a whole lot of trouble. I just need to know how. I need to figure out how I want to do this. Now, I'm thinking. And then how am I going to do this door? So the thought was, if I had the tray, the whole tray would encompass the door. And so when you go to remove the battery, the door, everything just slides out of this opening. I guess I could do that. So there's space. Let me look. Let's make this. There's space underneath the Mega. There should be space. There'll be some wires coming out of the ports or whatever. But there's space underneath the Mega. So there could be space under here for the wire, for the connectors of the battery and the leads, right? And then any other wire. So okay. So but then that would have to be long enough so that when I pull the battery out, it would have to be long enough that I could put it together. I could connect it outside of the radio and then slide it in. And then it have to be guided too, because if it's not guided and you say I'm just gonna slide it in and then it just bunches up, in a random place. I wouldn't really like that. That wouldn't really be elegant. I mean, I don't mind there being a loop of wire in here, but I wouldn't want a loop of wire just kind of, I don't know. But there is a lot. It should be plenty of blank space or empty space. So there is room for the wire to come in and not be a problem. The only thing is now you got to wire this. It's got a little weight to it, and it's loose. It's hanging loose. So when you're moving around the controller, you're going to hear that pap pap pap. It's going to hear that. So I don't want that. So these are things. These are the things I'm considering as I create this. Good questions. Maybe I know. I think I know. So, but this doesn't go in deep enough. If I dropped it down, so it's not, well, it would have to come down a lot. It'd have to come down it would have to come down almost into the back plate in order to get by the Mega. What I was going to do was, I was like, well, I could take the power wire, the leads, because it's power in the Mega, yeah. So I could take the wire that comes from there. I could run it out and secure it on somewhere on this side, right? I could secure it on this side, and then have it where the leads from the battery come out this way as well, and then you plug them in, and then you just tuck them in. So what I could do is I could probably drop it down. Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of feeling that a little bit. Okay. So let's say we take the battery, let's drop it down a little bit. Oh, we don't have much to drop down. Let me turn this back, make it dark again. All right. So we take the battery. Let's make this. Got to switch hands. Time to switch hands. Oop. All right, so now I could cut more of this out. I don't want to make it flimsy. I don't want to cut this out and make it where now this piece is kind of flimsy. So I have to be mindful of that. But yeah, I could secure the leads. I could secure the power wire up here somewhere. Then you connect the leads, and then you tuck the connected wires in this top void. So I could make whatever tray or something, I could make it where it has a void there where you stick the wires into, and that keep them kind of secured, keep them away from a whole lot of mess. I think that might be an option. One thing I would say about over my years of designing and when I've created things, and I always tell this that if I'm talking to somebody who wants to get into it, at least from this, and this is my opinion, of course, from my perspective, I like to say that things really design themselves, right? If you put a bunch of components together in a pile, and you're trying to make something out of it, well, by looking at the components, a lot of times they'll give you clues or tell you what way they preferred. I mean, at personification, right? But what way they like physically prefer to be joined, or how they prefer to be connected or joined together. So I do look for that, and I do believe that that's kind of a case. I mean, I think they have a natural way that would be good to join it with something else. When they were designed, there may be somebody may design it with a big flat portion on it or something. It was that, and that flat portion may be perfect to mount something else on. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe that is a thing, and I do look out for it, and that's what I'm looking for right now. So what I originally wanted to do with this, well, you can see how I printed it. This is the front half. The bottom half, let me open the bottom half up. The bottom half, oops, let's see if it opens. So the bottom half is actually to be printed this way. So it's right side up. Okay, so it's designed that it'll be printed this way. And I haven't printed. The only reason I didn't print it yet was because I actually the version that's sitting over here, and the main body version that's sitting on my drafting table is too shallow. So I actually changed the height. Like this one, if it was all put together, it'd be like, I think it's like maybe 2.5 inches or something. But the one in the CAD model, the current one that I'm working on in the CAD model, is the whole assembly is thicker. And I had to do that because, I didn't account enough for the depth of the joysticks. So the joysticks had a little bit more depth in the back. And these aren't the joysticks I'm using. I'm using some other joysticks that are actually sitting in the 3D print back there, the current version. But these are joysticks that I would like to use in the future. But anyways, they didn't have enough. The original print didn't have enough depth. So I can't just print a new back and put it on there because it won't fit. Not with the joysticks installed. So I actually have to print a whole new front, a whole new main body, and then print a new back. So that's the reason why I haven't done it yet. So back to what we're doing, what I'm talking about here. It's not jumping out at me just quite yet. All right, so I have to ask myself, do I want to do a door like Futaba has, where I have this plate, and I got these ledges on the side, on the left and right, and it'll sit on it and then slide and lock. Now I'm making this out of PLA, so the PLA I have is kind of brittle. I mean, it's not. You don't want to have any kind of tabs that you're trying to bend to make them lock or anything like that. So that's not really what I want. And I have some ABS, but I haven't had any kind of practice with the ABS yet. So that's something I'm going to have to work towards. Decisions. Well, okay. Well, while I'm sitting here trying to figure this out in my mind, and get a good way forward, and just let me stop for a second. Do y'all get writer's block, a designer's block? I mean, I guess if you're doing this for your employer, maybe you don't have to have that leeway, or maybe you're working with a team. Here's another question, and I'll leave it in the chat. Do you find it difficult to work in a team? I'm talking about like specifically like design. Well, design, engineering jobs is. Let me write. Do you find it difficult to do design work on a team? To do design work on a team. I guess it depends on how well the team gels, right? Are y'all coming? I mean, I guess you want diversity in thought, right? You want different backgrounds looking at the same project for sure. So you have, because if everybody's kind of the same, then it kind of pigeonholes you in the same line of thought. Of course, it probably makes the project go a lot smoother, a lot easier, right? Because everybody's already going the same direction. Interesting. So, well, speaking about design, as it comes up on the 12:30, a little past 12:30, I want to give a shout out to one of my engineering friends. No, I have a good friend of mine who's also a RoboJackets alumni. If you don't know what RoboJackets is, we'll have to tell you about it. It's Georgia Tech's #1 robotics club in the nation. No, it's It's a little club, little robotics club that hangs out there on at Georgia Tech, but we're alumni of it. I'm proud alumni of it. Glad to be a part, to have been a part. And talking about design, as I fumble over this and look for inspiration on how exactly I want to do it, I want to let you guys know a little bit of work that he's done. Now, he's been doing design work and engineering work for a long time, since we've been out. So that's 20 years or something, roundabout. And he does some fantastic stuff. So I'm really impressed. So impressed that I want to let you know his latest and greatest. So check this out, and we'll talk about it when we come right back. Hold on. Let's see what we got here.
Mark Smith is back in black. The world's first bolt-action titanium permanent marker was a hit on Kickstarter last year. Now, we've covered the titanium body in a tougher-than-nails DLC black coating, available in brushed and matte finishes. It's the same stuff used in race car engines and rocket ships. Seriously, look it up. Mark Smith Black can still do all the fancy writing and drawing on almost any surface. The DLC coating makes the unique bolt action slide even smoother and more satisfying than the original. Get the best Mark Smith ever by contributing on Kickstarter today.
Check it out. What did you think? Whoa. Hey. So, I mean, like, really, shout out to Daniel for doing that. And apparently that's his second version, right? The first version was just titanium color, but now he's come back with a all black titanium, or it's what did it say? A diamond coating? I didn't see what that L was. But very impressive. I mean, who thought it even, I didn't even know that was a thing, right? Until he brought it up to me, made me aware of it. I was like, wow. But you know what? I mean, I know for a fact that Daniel is a person who's really into design, right? He designs like it's in him. So as we're going through this battery door, all this stuff, you know, that's something that he takes great passion in doing as well. So I know he's done a good job on that. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that you could get, like, I almost say like a gourmet or luxury marking pen. But if you're going to get one, that's the one to get, right? So pretty cool. Shout out to him for that. I'll definitely keep an eye on him on the whereabouts. Of course, you can always check out that Kickstarter. Oh, I did want to put the link. Let me see if I can put the link in the chat just so you guys can find it. Oh. Let me throw that in there. He said an everyday carry pen. Yep. Let me give that to you guys in Twitch. Let's see here. All right. Cool. Again, thanks for tuning in to today's Design and Chill. I am your host, Damon Padgett of Robotronics 09. I am trying to finish up my radio. It is 12:40. I think my clock, it said about 20 something minutes left. That's about right. Okay. Battery box. Battery tray, battery box. It's definitely going to be another part that's going to be added in here. Now I can screw it in here, or I don't really want to glue anything. So yeah, I may screw it. I want to do it on my drawing board, but I don't have things set up yet. I need to get my microphone set up on my drawing board so I can sketch. So you can see me sketch. Because I think at this point in time, I think I kind of want to do some sketching. And I do not have everything set up to do it on the stream yet. Let's see. Let's close this. And maybe I'll go ahead and just make a part. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and make a little door and see if I can make a little tray. Okay, what plane is it? We'll do it on the so new part. All right, let's use the hotkeys, man. Let's get efficient. Now, we'll talk about that another time. New part. I was going to talk about the default orientation for the coordinate system in Solidworks. I found out the hard way that it defaults to Y up instead of Z up. And so, oh man, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. Ugh. It changed. Why did I do that? I wanted to sketch on this side, but when I made it, it took it back to the other side. Ugh. I'm just not gonna worry about it right now. All right. Does anybody remember what those dimensions were? I think it was 1 5/16, and I think it may have been 1 1/8, 1.125. All right, we'll do that. Okay, I did not exit the sketch. I just went to extrude. I'm going to do it from mid plane. I always do it from mid plane. I don't know if you guys do that, but I almost always make my parts symmetrical about the mid plane. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna name this battery tray. How do you guys name? Do you, in your prospective jobs or when you're working on something for yourself, what's your naming convention? Battery tray. Because mine have been all over the place. I have not what do you call it, settled on a consistent naming convention when I'm creating things. Let's see what I want to see what side this is on. I'm going to bring this into the model so I can kind of see what. Insert battery tray. So for a while I was naming all my parts, so they would be numbers. So part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. I just do it that way. So they're very nondescript. It was just, and then I also named them where it's still part 1, part 2, part 3, but then they have like a almost like a suffix. Like this would be, I could do hero, well that'd be like her, her or something would be the suffix or the prefix. I'm sorry. Or well, sometimes it would be the suffix. Sometimes I'd let it be part one underscore her. I guess that doesn't make any sense. Or I could do what I would do is also part 1 underscore and then maybe kind of abbreviated description of what the part is. I don't know. I'd be curious to know. Is like, okay, how do you guys do it? I mean, I'm sure we could do it anyway, but I'm just like, I know there's probably a smart way that's like, oh, okay, no, I should do it this way because this way makes the most sense and is most versatile for, many different projects, whether it be a project for your employer or just a personal project. I think it's got to be locked in. So I'm okay, let's open this part in position so that I know where I'm at. Open part in position. Okay, I did that. All right, I'm going to make a tray. All this is I'm pretty much doing my rough drafting. I'm sketching right now. Let's see. I'm gonna just overlap and draw me another box. Right. Then I'm going to just come and just get rid of this. All right, let's do center line so we can line these up. I guess I could have did the come on, midpoint. Really shouldn't have done that one. That one's not the important one. Let's do this one. Midpoint, select midpoint. All right, these should be even now. Let's make it let's give it a 16th wall. Okay, 16th wall. Let's give this one a 16th wall. I don't know what the lag is coming from, but hey, the stream has been solid today, so I'm happy. No glitching today, my baby, my friend, my homies. All right. Let's extrude this. Oh, see, I exited this. I did an exit on the sketch, and I should not have done that. Try to teach myself not to do that. All right, let's give it 5 inches. That's fine. Let's just see what we have. Okay, 5 inches is a hair too long. Looks like about an inch too long. So that's a tray. Probably needs to go the other way. Let's go back and make it shorter. Okay. We are going to make this 4 inches. All right. Save. Control tab. Oh, did I do it? Control tab. Okay, we have a tray. Yep, 4 inches is good. Yeah, 4 inches is great because the battery is just under 4 inches. Okay, I think the tray is actually open the wrong way. Well, this is going to be the way I hold it. I mean, I don't know. I could encase the whole thing. Okay. So what I'm thinking is, I could take this and I could make flanges up here on the top, like flanges like rails. So I could slap some flanges on this top, and then I can make a receiving piece that goes on. So let's go ahead and add these flanges on there. Okay, let's do, and that shouldn't be a problem in printing because I can print it vertically like that. How many of you, just side note, how many of y'all been following the all the 3D printed firearms? Because that's a huge thing. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing. So very interesting. I mentioned it because I was thinking about when I mentioned this, I was like, oh, this reminds me of a magazine. So that's where it came from. All right, so let's just give a dimension on this. Let's do that. I was gonna say 9. 09375. A little bit more than 16th on this, so I have a nice. All right, so now I am going to extrude without exiting the sketch. I'm going to give it, let's give it 3/16 of an inch. 0.1875. Mirror this. By my front. That should be good. All right. Hey. We made progress. I know it seemed a little slow today, but that's, this was the perfect title, The Grind. So if I do this flange, if I do these rails, then I'll probably have to make, I may have to make a cutout. Well, I will have to make a cutout for this. Let me close it up. Excuse me. Okay, so I would have to come in here and you have this kind of cut out, but I think that could be still doable. I also have to think about the release. How am I releasing this? How am I gonna release? Good question. And I definitely I want it secured. So like if I was walking and had too much in my hand and I dropped my radio and kicked it across the floor, I want to make sure that the battery doesn't fling out all over the place, right? So I do want it secure. I do know, like, I can do a button latch or something like that, but it's not going to be molded in, not with the standard PLA that I'm using now. But if I do a mechanism where it's actually like two parts, and it's kind of a little bit more complication, but it may, I know it's going to work. I know I won't have to worry about the bending issue. Now, granted, I don't have to 3D print it. I could actually do old school and machine some parts. So that may be an option to consider. I just need, now that I have this, at least I have this much, and I can at least kind of think about it, visually see, okay. And I know that the width of the tray probably is not correct with the battery. I think they're overlapping, and the mouth or the opening in the main body of the controller is probably gonna have to be a little bit bigger. I know that much. I can also do or create where I have that ledge where the battery tray has a flange and it comes and rests on a ledge. But I can only do that. I can mainly only do it before this curve. But that's not true. I mean, that's not true. I could actually extend it beyond the curve. I just have to design it as such. That'd be interesting. I still haven't solved the snap problem yet. How is it going to go in there? Now I know I can create the receiving piece that'll go mount to the top of the top inside of this piece. I'm gonna see about cross sectioning. Yeah, there we go. Little cross sectioning action there. So yeah, so you can see how I messed up on the width and stuff. Let me just move this over. Okay. All right, so now I actually got it in position. But I can create, that's overlapping into the LCD. So if I wanted to create something, I can't, it won't mount here unless it mounts beyond the LCD. I don't really want to do that. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Well, it's about time to wrap up. You guys can kind of see how I'm placing some of the electronics in here. It's not a lot right now. Okay, well, I still made progress. It's still going forward. So again, hey, thank you guys for tuning in to today's Design and Chill, brought to you by Design by Purpose. I am your host, Damon Paget, Robotronics09. If you are watching on Twitch, you can always check the repost or catch the repost, slightly edited or shortened version on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Moral Rich Media, all one word. You can see it right there on the link. It's youtube.com/C/Moral Rich Media. Also, you can, if you like and don't want to watch it on LinkedIn, you can watch these installments on Twitch at Robotronics09. So it's twitch.tv/ Robotronics09. I believe that is correct. Don't forget to check out that Kickstarter link in the description, or not in the description, in the chat. Yeah. Check that out in the chat. Let me get back. Again, we are making progress. Today's episode was the grind. I am thankful. I am excited that this will eventually get done. And I'll have it actually in my hand. And then I can move on to the next thing, because we're designing the radio. Well, what is the radio going to control? That's a whole nother can of worms. Another project that I started quite a few years ago that I need to revamp and get working before July, I think. So I'm excited. I'm excited to share that with you. I hope you guys are enjoying. I know this is something new. You've never seen it before, not here on LinkedIn, but I hope you get used to it. I think it's good for both of us. So yeah, definitely check out those, the question I have in the comment section, and feel free to leave an answer so we can kind of get some dialogue. I like to hear from you, the viewers, the listeners. See what you think, because I want to know how other people do SolidWorks, and so that we can all get better. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, there. Yes, yes, there. Yes, there. Yes, there. Yes, there. Yes, there. All right. Okay, well, I'm just going to sit here and look at this a little bit more, and I will let you guys get back to work. Thank you again for tuning in to this Design and Chill, and I will see you guys next time. All right. Peace.